it hasn't all been great in manga land, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
And we have to talk about a very important, a very serious story that has a lot of ramifications for fans of this particular author and series, and just the industry in general, and the manga anime fan community in general. And that is on November 21st of this year. It was discovered by the Tokyo Metropolitan Police that Nobuhiro Watsuki, creator of beloved classics like Rurouni Kenshin and Busa Rankin, was in possession of child pornography that featured footage of very young girls. And they were stored in his office, and Watsuki admitted to these charges. He has been arrested and indicted. He has been fined, and yeah, there's no ambiguity about the situation.
Nope. I mean, he came out and admitted what his interests were. Unfortunately, there's no that's what really hurts the most. I think about this story is that there's no speculation. Like it's out there in the open. There's really nothing to discredit about this at all.
Nobuhiro Watsuki was a beloved figure for many fans. Many fans enjoyed his work. Many fans hold his work close to his heart. But we need to detach ourselves from that and acknowledge that he committed a crime and he needs to be punished for it, and I don't think you can really forgive him for it, considering the severity of this crime. And we need to let go of him and condemn him, and it's an unfortunate situation, but criminals must be prosecuted. And when it comes to the question of whether you can still enjoy his work, I think you can still enjoy the stories he made, because those don't belong to just him. They belong to everyone who enjoyed them and has gained something from them. A story like Rurouni Kenshin has messages that has carried many people throughout life and has shaped them, and you don't need to get rid of that. You don't need to get rid of what that series meant to you, but there is no defense for Nobuhiro Watsuki the man. And that's something that should be the final draw here. Nobuhiro Watsuki committed a crime, and he's going to be punished for it. And this crime he committed speaks to this larger problem in Japanese society that we need to address. This problem of lolicon, not the artistic movement lolicon, but like this trend of lolicon, this fetishization of young women that needs to be addressed and needs to be corrected. We need to, really look into Japanese society and look at these more problematic elements that can lead people astray who might otherwise be good people in their normal lives into committing very heinous crimes. And I feel very bad for, his family, especially his wife. They were working on the Hokkaido arc together. I can't imagine, how she's reacting to this news, So, this is a very sad situation for basically everyone who's ever been associated with this. I don't know what this will mean for Rurouni Kenshin as a series in the future. I definitely know what it means for Watsuki in the future. I don't think that he will come back from this. I don't want him to come back from this. I definitely cannot bring myself to read a new work of his if he were to come back. I will say that he is a good storyteller, so I was enjoying the Kaido arc, but I don't want the Kaido arc to resume with this news of the kind of person he was. So.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really looking forward to even mentioning this piece of news, but it is something that I felt like we had to touch on at least. I mean,
yeah, it's important to have a discussion. I think one of the problems that I had with the discussion on Twitter, and I fell into this trap, was that a lot of the discussion after this news broke out was, oh man, does this mean we can't enjoy Kenshin anymore? Oh, I can't enjoy Kenshin anymore because of this. And that's not where the conversation should have gone.
No.
The conversation is not about Rurouni Kenshin, the series, and whether you can enjoy it. That's up to you. What the news of this is supposed to lead to, what the discussion we should be having, is about why did this happen to Watsuki? What are the cultural situations that are leading things like this to happen? How do we address them? How do we protect these young women who are being exploited in these disgusting practices? How can we protect them? How can we go after these people who are making this stuff? And then how can we stop these people from spreading all this stuff? And how can we stop people from consuming this stuff and feeding back into this awful, awful black market industry? That should have been the conversation we were having. Like, how do we go after the creators of this stuff? How can we punish more people who are consuming and contributing to this awful cycle? It's not, who cares about whether or not you can enjoy this manga? We have to address this awful thing and stop it. That's what the conversation should be.
The unfortunate thing is, I personally feel like there's no easy answer to this. I feel like this is going to be a process, and this is just going to be something that we're just going to have to all work together and look into the future.
Yeah, it's a conversation we're going to continue needing to have, and there are no easy answers. But I think that's all we can say about this for now. If there are any more developments on the story, we will definitely talk about it. But it's definitely some of the worst news, if not the worst news. In fact, it is the worst news.
Honestly, yeah.
To happen in the manga industry this year.
I really can't. I mean, listen, as far as the rest of the world goes, the rest of the world's been kind of, or I guess the rest of the year's been pretty bad, all things considered. But I guess as far as the anime and manga sphere goes, this is probably the worst piece of news to come out of this year. Honestly, I think, no question.